Good morning, good evening, and everything in between. How are we all today? How is everything going? Are we doing well? It's Thursday. I almost wanted to say it's Wednesday, but it's Thursday. Boy. Niner, how are you today? Hi! You're here. You're here to see me cry. Let's go. God, this is gonna be an entire ass time. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's gonna be something, guys. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's gonna be a thing. And to what kind of thing it's gonna be, we're just gonna have to wait and find out. I had to put content warning on the next page, which was absolutely insane for me. I was like, oh my god. I was eating spaghetti a few hours ago, you know, like a normal person. Oh, hell yeah. Bro, I had pasta for dinner tonight. We, like, kind of matched. I didn't have, like, spaghetti, but, like, I had a type of pasta, so we were, like, twinning. That's insane. Hell fucking yeah. It's a night for pasta, honestly. People don't have dinner at midnight. I mean, I have dinner at ridiculous hours. Don't tell Shura that. I've seen Shura say that they're gonna get food after midnight, I'm pretty sure. Internet culture is dinner is whatever time the heck you want it to be, right? We're not bound by the rules of a normal person. Hopefully. Or I'm just built different. We're just built different, even. Yeah. I'm gonna say we're built different, because we're the right people in this situation. Everyone else is just wrong. You know? I only make great points. There's one thing you need to remember about me. I am always right. I am always correct in everything. Even when you think I am wrong, I am always right. For I am an immortal being. I am basically, to you guys, God, right? Exactly. So, like, you know, you gotta trust me. Have faith in me. I will always be right for you guys. Also, oh my god, wait. Okay, so did you know that there is... That delivery was adorable, I'm gonna cry. Bro, I am stalling hard today, so I had 12's hair, I don't want to move to the next screen. So, okay, I found out yesterday that, there is... Okay, so I have the wallpaper engine from Steam, right? So I have that, and I've had it so that it was a certain 2 VTubers... Platonic. So before you're like, oh my god, shipping, it was platonic. It was 2 girls on each side, and one of them was them looking very, like, affectionate and, like, really happy, and the other was them trying to fucking murk each other's asses. And I was like, yes, this is good. So it was like, you know, familial death. You pick a side and it's on there. But now, I was like looking through. It was 2 girls on each side and they were roommates. No, I need you to understand. One was blonde, one was blue hair. I need you to read between the lines on that one. They were very much of the time flavor, if you know what I mean. So I had them on both sides. So it was both of them on each side. And, it was really nice. I really loved the setup, and I was like, I'm gonna look at what there is available, because I was like, I kind of want the blues, like, one from a release that happened on Sunday, so I was like looking through to see if anyone's uploaded like a small snippet of that yet. They haven't. That's fine. But then I found out people have like grabbed whole ass covers and uploaded it to the wallpaper thing. And so now I have one music video, like, MV on one side and the other MV on the other side for one blue-haired woman and one brown-haired woman. And so I just have 2 music videos playing all the time, and I had to turn off the fucking, like, because, like, they update it with, like they upload it with the audio. And I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. So I was like, we're going to turn off the audio because I'll go insane. And so now I have constant 2 music videos on either side. And I made them match. I was really excited. I was like, yes, this is good. I like this. And so there were random parts in time where like they will both be perfectly on screen from their music video being so perfectly in time. Optimizing your space for maximum gay. Exactly! I removed familial and I put gay instead. I'm really excited because it looks really nice. The only downside, you know, music videos have flashing lights. So I was at work today, tapping at my keyboard, you know, doing my little thing, and then there would just suddenly be like, flash, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I remembered it was my background, and this was like on the, like, constantly, so I was like, alright, random screens up on my fucking thing, let's go, because like, I have like my work laptop, and then I have my PC, and predictable, damn. Yeah, VC, if I'm so predictable, which of the 2 characters that I have there and which videos are they, huh? If I'm so predictable, name the covers playing on my PC. If you nail this, I'm gonna literally just cry inside because there's no way this could happen. There are so many covers, there's no way you can guess it. Because there's 2 different covers. Gonna quickly fix my blankets. Happy Pride. Oh yeah, it's Pride Week still, let's go! I only know that is so geisha. Well, you got me there, dude. You're so real for that. I am not immune to the blue and brown agenda. But yeah, I'm really excited because now it's like, it's my emotional support backgrounds, you know? I can't see them right now because I have screens open, but I know they're there. It's like my emotional support. It's like good to play this the game that's had to write content warning cannibalism on the next screen. Why is there cannibalism in this game? It's fine, we're just going through it today, guys. I also have the wildest fucking story that happened. I was really excited. Just lock screen, so whenever I boot up my machine, it's gay people. Nice! Let's go! See, my phone at the moment, I don't change my backgrounds. Like, if I pick a background, it stays for a month. Same with, like, profile pictures. Once I set something, that's it. That's my emotional support. It doesn't change. But I recently changed my phone screen, like my lock and my background, and my phone's background is the first fan art that Neki did of me from the Minecraft stream with the little Loddle, because like that was my favorite. Like, I cried when I got that. Like, I physically was like tearing up because I was like, there is no way somebody drew me. This is insane. And so I treasured that thing like my baby, and it's my phone background now. And then my lock screen for my, for a special event that happened in May. So I had a special event that happened with a couple of friends. One of my friends drew me this really cute picture of a little white snake and a paper bag, and it was, can I be the name to your name? And it was the cutest thing, so I was like, ah, you're my lock screen now. And it's like drawn in like marker, and I was like, ah yes, this is everything to me. So that's my lock screen. Because I was like, you know what? Originally it used to be this same friend drew, because like, okay, one of my favorite Pokemon is Ferret. I fucking love Ferret. Ferret is baby. They deserve everything good in this world, right? So I got someone to do, well, they were posting like, oh, comment like your favorite Pokemon and I'll see if I can draw it, to like a whole heap of people. And I was like, draw Ferret. And they were like, okay. And then they did. And it was the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. He has the derpiest little face. It is like my baby. And so that was like my phone's background for months. And they, every time I'd send them a screenshot and they would see it, they'd be like, what the hell? Why is that still there? And I'm like, it's because it's my favorite thing. And so it only recently got beat out. I don't need that as I'm already gay as fuck. True. That's a good point, BC. You be gay as heck. I think you're gayer than me at this point. Insane. Iconic behavior even. But yeah. I keep tangenting because I am terrified to flick to the next screen. You can't hear it, but the background music is playing right now. And the music is actually really, really sweet. Not sweet. Like sweet as in hell yeah sweet. Not sweet as, oh, it's so sweet kind of thing. How much do you think we can stop before we move to the next screen? It looks good though. The game looks good. I'm gonna have a drink. Also, I did not... There will be maximum gay shit in August. What's happening in August? Hello? I mean, it's my birthday in August, so it's already gonna be absolutely gay as fuck in August, but what's happening in August, dude? What big life thing do you have planned? I'm gonna quickly fix this. Alright. Oh my god, speaking of August. So I messaged and I worked with Shura today. I have to agree that I can't explain exactly. You're gonna meet your girlfriend! Holy shit, dude, that's so exciting! Are you going over to them or are they coming to you? Bro, that's fucking exciting as hell. Oh my god, dude, that's insane! Oh my god! You're going over, holy shit. The off collab of all time. Can I go with you? Oh my god. God, dude, that's insane. Oh my god. Bro. Holy shit. Absolutely icons. Oh my god. How long are you staying for? Like, is it like a week or 2 weeks or anything like that? My god, that's crazy. Man, I hope it goes really well for you. Just a week as I need to work. Fair! That's crazy. Bro, I have a friend coming over in August too. That's so insane. Okay, but they're like explicitly a friend. I'm not meeting like a partner or anything. I don't have that. I can't do that. I am a god. Dude, you need to keep us updated. Holy shit, I gotta hear all about this. You gotta let us know. I am invested in this. It's been like, what? Yeah, I need to know. For you guys who don't know, BC and I have known each other for like nearly a year. They jumped in on a Phasmo stream of, I want to say last month? No, it was April. April, whoa. Holy shit. It was April we last collabed, wasn't it? Oh my god. Yeah, it was end of April. That's crazy. I'll show you pics. Good. I want all the updates, dude. I need all the updates. That's gonna be insane. We should stream again then. It will be fun. We got it. We gotta do another Phasmo stream. Hi, Kaida. How are you today? I believe in the Phasmo supremacy. Meeting a girl and it is. Nah. Dude, I'm so happy for you, BC. That's crazy. I know you guys have been like talking about meeting up, but that's crazy that it's happening already. And in August, god, that's iconic. That's what, a month? So yeah, it's about a month off. That's crazy. Holy shit, it's about a month until August. Jealous she's meeting a girl and it's me. Oh my god, hate. Unbelievable. But yeah, August sounds like it's gonna be a really good month then, because like, you're gonna totally celebrate my birthday with me, right? It was actually, I've already started planning stuff for the birthday. Originally, I was gonna drop a cover for my birthday, but I love myself and I love my artist. And so I was like, as soon as my artist is done, then I will consider. Yes, ma'am, right away. Wait. You will attend, right? You will be there. Please. Damn, missed opportunity for that face. I can't believe I didn't think of that right away. I'm gonna be using that face all stream tonight. Wow, totally no pressure. Exactly. It's gonna be great though. It's gonna be wild. We're gonna have a good time. And I have to try and bully Kaida and the others to do a birthday stream with me, which will be interesting because I don't know how that's gonna go. Because like obviously, of course, look, I didn't go through night training just to back down. Good. My most loyal knight being so real. So good. This is why you are the titled most loyal knight. What would I do without you, oh knight? But I did... Okay, so... You could just ask Nerd. No, it's also timing, Kaida. Do you know how hard it is to get us all together? Like, all of us meeting in one space is a nightmare. We are all so far away from each other. But I did book off a whole week. So, like... I actually... Okay, so I kind of hecked up with my timing of everything because I have a friend that's, like, coming over for a week in August because there's, like, a convention on a certain date in there and it goes... And then they were going to stay for a week afterwards. And I was like, hell yeah, it's going to be so good. And then I kind of made a funny oopsie because during the week... One sec, I forgot to take my anti-parasocial tablets. You need the get well soon tablets, so good. But during the week that they're staying, my birthday is that week. And I was like, oh. And I didn't realize until well after we had planned and booked it. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. So like, we've got all of these plans. And then I have this one little part of the day where I was like, okay, I will have to be busy in this one little slot because I'm not gonna postpone this. This is a very exciting day. It's gonna be so good, so I cannot postpone this. I am so sorry. And they were like, that is fine. And I was like, thank you for being so forgiving. Like on my hands and knees, like, thank you. Because they'll be staying with me for the entire week. So like they're actually gonna be at the house. So they're probably gonna vibe with Cinder. Because like they don't really watch anything of this. Because, you know, I keep a lot of that separate. So they'll just be like, what is she doing? And I'll be like, I'm doing responsibilities. But it'll probably be a during the day stream for me. Which is like nighttime for the Americans. So it's gonna be funny because it's like very different from my usual time. So I can already tell that the people that share my time zone are gonna be like shaking me like, what did you do? But it's okay, it's for the laughs, right? It's just a little bit of a funny. Let's take ibuprofen together, but the is anti-parasocial chewables. No, it's the opens mouth like a dog. Come on, take a tablet. It's just the shoves it in there. Want to buy a dog with you and live happily ever after. Jesus Christ. The parasocial is winning today, boys. Let's go. Oh my god. Alright. I don't know if I can stall any longer. It's been 25 minutes of stalling. Have I done a good job so far? Have I entertained you without having to play with the game? It's like, I'm a girlfriend, we can't do this to me. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You guys, every day I look at this chat and I just wonder, what the heck? What is going on? Y'all keep me on my toes. You're always doing great. Ah, thank you. I know. I'm like so great at everything. Even stalling, apparently. Oh no. Okay. I don't know why the BGM main page is playing on here, but that's fine. That is what it is. So, scary game, guys. Do you like my content warning yandere themes at the top corner? I was like, I don't know where the fuck to put this. Slaps it on the top corner, like, yes, this will work. I'm so smart. Oh, is this game gonna be scary because I just took 10 laxatives? Bro, we are giving you something today. You're gonna. Well, apparently it's a horror visual novel, but it's a visual novel. So I'm hoping it's like scary in the way that it's like, oh dear, that's content concerning and not gonna fucking jump scare me. If it jump scares me, I'm going to cry. I don't do horror. We all know I don't do horror. And yet, so, I know nothing about this game. Okay, wait. Oh no, I can't read. I'll bet the voted for you as the local horror enjoyer. Good. My knight doing everything for me. Let's go. Alright. You are running through a forest. It is late at night and the sky is as black as pitch. There is nothing to light your way, save for the moon's milky glow, but its rays cannot reach you. Not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the light. You cannot see where you are going. Even if you had commenced your flight at a more sensible hour, however, with the light of the sun to aid you, it would be of little use. You do not know where you are going. You have no map, no route, no plan. You are running like a frightened animal, anxious and nervy, with no destination in mind. You have no desire, as you run, save to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught. If that were to happen, you are certain that you would be ruined. You have no choice, therefore, but to keep going. On and on and on, though your feet are screaming at you for mercy. You have no idea how long you have been running. Time has begun to blend together. Time mentioned! It has lost all meaning. Something sharp snags at the hem of your skirt, but you do not have the luxury to pause and examine what has happened. Instead, you tug. Your skirt tears, the sound splitting through the forest, and you stumble forwards with a shocked gasp. You are free, but at what cost? Your skirt has been irreparably damaged. It might be too late to worry about such trivial matters now, though. If you do not start running again, and soon, she will catch you. Then, your life will be over. You do not know if she is still following you, but you do not want to risk looking over your shoulder. Why is there stripping happening in chat? I glanced over and I see, wait, why is this stripping? Who is stripping in chat? What a fucking mess. Jesus Christ. Ah yes, the true horror of this game. The stripping in chat as I read the scary text. Immaculate. Also, is the background okay? Like, sound okay? Can you hear everything alright? Is it too quiet? Is it too loud? What do you guys need? Do you need some snacks? Do you need some water? You don't need water. Do you need some liquid to consume? I have Coke today. What is your drink of choice? The chat is a reflection of the streamer. When have I stripped? Can we have head pats? Yeah, you can have head pats, of course. Wait, can I like ASMR this? Wait, ready? Wait. I'm gonna hold my mic. Are you ready for this? I don't think it's coming through. Hey, behave. My god. Chat, behave. Alright. You get a slap on the back of the head. Just clip you behind the ears. Okay. My god. This is a nightmare. If you were to see her, silhouetted beneath... Oh my god. If you see some... Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. If you were to see her, silhouetted beneath a tree, looking at you with that sickly sweet smile which once ensnared you, you would lose what little nerve you possess. Your legs would lock up and your blood would freeze in your veins. Then, you would crumble. You would fall, but you would not hit the ground. She would be there to catch you. Did she not promise, when you made that contract, that you would never be alone? You would like to take back that silly wish of yours, but it is too late for that. It is too late for a lot of things. All you can do is run. You run and run and run, while icy fog swirls around your feet. It is cold enough to sap the heat from your body, and you shudder from it. It feels as though you are drowning. It feels as though you are being buried alive. Your knees and your shins, meanwhile, are bleeding. You cannot endure much more of this, but if you value your own life, you must. You run, and you run, and you run until, at long last, you reach a fork in the road. There are 3 paths which split off through the forest. Well, 4 if you count the path down which you came. You cannot exactly double back on yourself, though. Not when you have put so much effort into running forwards. You can only press on. The 3 paths are signposted, which is something of a strange sight given you are so deep in the forest. Dark though it might be, you have grown accustomed to the shadows. You can just about pick out the writing on this old fucking Christ. What do you mean if you... Someone catch you? God Christ. Dilapidated signpost, curved and slanted through, though it is. Your fate, if you will forgive me for sounding cliche, is in your hands. Now, I wonder, which path will you take? I like castles. We're going to the castle. So you want to go to the castle. Good idea. All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles once the beleaguered, put-upon heroines are finally able to wed the handsome princes they once dreamed of. Why bother trying your luck with the shore, which may very well be deserted, or the village, which will be full of dirty, barefoot peasants? Damn, okay. It is far better to skip the suffering and go straight to the grand finale. That is very astute of you. Damn, I did not realize you had it in you to be so mercenary. I can only wonder what you will uncover during your moonlight meanderings. The night is far from over, and your adventures are only just beginning. I hope only that you have brushed up on your curtsies. They might come in handy when one is interacting with a sovereign. Royals can be temperamental, after all. If you fail to treat them with the prerequisite amount of respect, you might come to regret it. You follow the path which leads to the castle, supporting yourself on weary, aching legs which feel ready, at a moment's notice, to detach from your hips. You are little more than a wisp of a girl, but you have been running for so very long, and your feet are so very numb. You feel like a great lumbering thing, clumsy and ungainly. The soles of your feet are screaming at you. You need to lie down, and quickly. You only hope as you continue to run that you'll find a spare room available for you in the castle. You do not know what exactly will await you at the castle, but you have visions as you run of a vast, opulent dwelling. This dwelling will surely be full of finely furnished rooms in which you might rest your weary head. There must also be a king and a queen inside this castle. You ponder, who will be kind and wise? And what of their children? What of a princess? Every good castle must possess a princess who will take pity on you and your plight. You can imagine the face of this generous princess with ease, thanks to the fairy tales you read in abundance as a small child. The princess will be fair of hair and blue of eye, with soft pink lips pursed like rosebuds. What the fuck? Her limbs will be slender, her hands dainty and unsullied from physical labor, and her sensibilities will be sweeter than marzipan. She'll be kind to you and compassionate, just like an older sister. You do not know what older sisters are like, though, or younger sisters for that matter. You're only guessing. You are not a complete fool, however, despite your tendency to daydream, and you do have a few reservations. Monarchs do not, as you know from voracious reading, have the best track record when it comes to caring for the peasantry. Was there not a very famous queen who once said, with a cavalier wave of her hand, that the hungry peasants in her kingdom should content themselves with cake if bread was not an option? You think that this might be a misquote, but the point still stands. Though royals are supposed to grant their subjects succor in their time of need, this does not always happen. In fact, it very rarely happens. Kings and queens and princesses and princes are just people at the end of the day, and they are subject to the same... I remember the stepsister, Jesus Christ. That one fucking took me out. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Oh my god. They can also be careless and selfish and inconsiderate. There is no guarantee that this mythical princess of your imagination will help you. Why, there is no guarantee that this mythical princess exists at all. Still, you must try. It is this hope which keeps you going. You continue to run to the castle. It takes some time before you finally emerge from the woods, but finally, you do it. How much time, you ask? I cannot answer that. Did I not say that time had begun to lose all its meaning? Time mention. Oh my god. The friends to enemies. Slow burn. 50k words in chat. Crazy. The forest is behind you now, at least, and all the awful nightmares which dwelt within it. It is still cold, though, and foggy, and very, very dark. The sun has yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly now, though, as it hangs above your head. Round as any pearl, or orb, or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the castle, which looms in front of you like a cliffside. I'm sorry, I keep glancing at chat and I'm fucking dying. The stone edifice of the building is imposing, and it drowns you in shadows darker than the depth of the deepest ocean. The castle is not all dark, though, not like the night sky above it. When you crane your head, you can see that there are lights flickering within, in the narrow, slitted windows. It would appear that somebody is home. The king and the queen, perhaps? What of their servants? What, perhaps more pressingly, of their guards? You half expect, as you stand there, that armored knights will accost you for daring to approach the castle of king and queen so-and-so. Do you not know your place, foolish peasant girl with the dirty skirt? Begone with you! You are not, of course, a peasant. Your family is a wealthy one, or rather, they were. before your father made a series of poor financial decisions. You do not look like a young lady right now, though, with your dirty face and your dirty skirt, which is torn at the hem. If any guards were to take you for a vagrant, it would not be surprising. But, though you stand there dithering, your filthy fingers hooked in front of your filthy skirt, you do not hear any cries. Nobody sounds the alarms. Lights might be on inside the castle, but there is nobody outside its perimeter standing sentry. There is nobody to impede your entry, and the elaborate iron gates, which are set into the vast stone walls about the castle's exterior, are open, just a crack. It would be a trivial matter to slip inside. There is nobody to stop you. Why are you trembling now, you silly thing? You have come so very far, it would be an act of foolishness to turn around now. Go on. Go. You inhale, perhaps in an attempt to screw up your courage, which has, at long last, begun to fail you. Then, you step forwards. You slide between the wrought iron gates, holy shit, wrought iron gates, as stealthy and as secretive as a thief, then cross the path which leads up to the tall, imposing structure. The domed doorway which leads into the castle itself, hewn from stone, is closed, but at a push of your palm, it swings inwards. The door creaks alarmingly as it opens, the sound loud enough to split the silence like a thunderclap. You inhale at this and glance around, your eyes darting hither and thither. She's reading us bedtime, oh my god. If there are any guards posted about the castle grounds, they should all have been alerted by that sound. Will they come for you at long last? What would happen should they catch you? Will they throw you in the dungeons? That does not sound like a pleasant way to spend a night. At least you would have a roof over your head, though, and you would not have to keep walking. Your feet really do ache. You stand there for an indeterminable amount of time, your heart pounding a panicked, irregular rhythm in the base of your throat. But no matter how much time elapses, no guards come. You are thankful for your good luck, though it does make you wonder, where is everybody? Why, it is almost as if the people in this world have disappeared. Could you be the very last human left alive? You frown, then press your palm back against the door. You push less cautiously this time, heedless of the loud sound which splits the silence. There is no point in worrying about the guards, not when they might very well be non-existent. Your entry to the castle secured, you then take a step forward. The door swings shut behind you and the resultant slam makes you jump. You did not expect it. Your heart knocks against your ribs and with wild eyes you glance about. You are standing in a vast entrance hall made of stone which splits off any number of passages. Yeah, the door noise fucking got me. At the very end of the hall, meanwhile, there is a large, elaborate staircase, one which seems to extend to the heavens themselves. It is dark inside the hall, but there are numerous torches set in the stone wall which are aflame. They offer some relief from the shadows. You can hear the faint sound of the wind outdoors as it moans against the castle's impervious walls, but you cannot hear any footsteps. You cannot hear any voices. Can I just say, I have been doing so well with my reading today, and for the fact that everyone bullies me about how I can't fucking read, I can't believe that Neki is not here. I'm stupid. Oi, hate, behave. Thank you. I am doing great. And I always get bullied that I can't fucking read. And yet, am I not reading? Am I not doing a great job reading? Unbelievable. You cannot, more importantly, hear any people. Maybe the castle is empty. If that is the case, though, then who lit these torches? It is a curious conundrum. You muster up what remains of your courage, then cry out, addressing the empty hall in timorous voice, which fails to properly fill up the space. Hello, you say, your eyes wide. Is anybody there? Your voice echoes through the vast, empty hall, but it is met yet again with silence. You cannot say that you are too surprised, but it is somewhat disappointing. Not one to be deterred, you try again and again, your voice growing louder with each subsequent attempt. No matter how loud your voice, however, it fails to reach any ears. If anybody is here, they do not seem to be particularly sociable. That, or perhaps, they simply cannot hear you. Could they be in another room? Yes, that must be it. You will never find that pretty fairy tale princess of your imagination if you stand idle, you know. It is time to get to work. Put those legs of yours to good use. Not knowing what else to do, is there anything else you can do? You begin to explore. You examine the rooms first on the ground floor of the castle, which are of a similar scale to the impressive entrance hall, large and richly furnished, but utterly unoccupied. After some time of aimless meandering, encountering nobody save the ghosts of aeons past memorialized on portraits upon the walls. God damn it, I fucked myself! You muster the courage to ascend to the second floor. This floor, too, you examine, wandering through a seemingly endless series of hallways until at long last, you find a door which is ajar. From between the crack in the door and the jamb, you can see flickering light. Irregular, yes, but it is light nonetheless. Could it be from a fireplace? That would suggest, then, that this room is occupied, unlike all the others. Perhaps the kindly princess you dreamed of will be awaiting you in this room. It is with a trembling hand that you press your palm against the door. You push it. Then you step inside the bedchamber, which unveils itself to you. We're in the bedchamber, crazy. Shyly, you stand in the threshold of the chamber, much of your courage extinguished, and gasp. The bedroom itself is gorgeous. It is a chamber so luxuriant not even the shadows can obscure the fine craft of the furniture within it, nor the rich patterns on the walls. It is the girl inhabiting the chamber, however, who truly takes your breath away. There she is! Let's fucking go! She's so pretty! What the fuck? Ah! I love her design so much. She's so pretty. I can't get over it. Like, is she not the most prettiest? Like, God, look at her! This is why I got the game! This was the deciding factor. I was so, I don't know, maybe not. And then I saw her and I was like, get it. That's it, it's mine now. I hope no one ever uses this to fall asleep because I've absolutely worked them up there. Good game reason, exactly. Sitting upon the velveteen sheets of the towering four-poster is a girl in sumptuous red gown who seems to be of a like age to you. You do not have a clear view of the girl's face. Her head is bowed, her gaze directed upwards at her lap. Downwards at her lap. That's the opposite way. Knowing now who caught your eye in Review Starlight and seeing how you react is explaining a lot to me. That is mathing. What? Explain? Is it gonna be because they're blonde? Because, like, I don't know how to tell you this, but yeah. I am not immune to the pretty blondes agenda. You can tell from her hair, however, and from her slender calves, that is a very odd thing to, like, note. Oi, hate, behave. Which protrude from beneath the hem of her dress that she is very pretty. The girl's hair is golden, just like freshly cut wheat, but is the red of her dress which truly captures your attention. There's a little more math than that, but it's part... Explain? What is this math you are mathing? She is so striking that you cannot look away from her. The girl is not alone in her chamber either. She has a companion, though this companion is not half so endearing as she. In her lap, perched upon her velvet skirt, is a doll. The doll's hair, like that of her mistress's, is golden, though much of it is hidden beneath the bonnet. The girl is adjusting the china teacup held in the doll's tiny hand, while the rim of the cup glints in the light which exudes from the fireplace. If the girl is of similar age to you, it seems strange that she would content herself by playing with dolls. Is she not too old for that? This girl would be more at home, you decide, at a ball, wearing an extravagant gown, speaking with wealthy noblemen. Perhaps even princess. Wow, now I can't fucking read. What did I do? She should not be sitting in what you presume is her bedchamber, adjusting a teacup in a doll's hand. But you are not afforded much more time to stand there, marveling at the girl, because she turns. She raises her head. Then her eyes meet yours. You thought the girl pretty when first you observed her, sitting on the edge of her plushed velveteen bed examining her doll. Now she is looking at you, however, her face illuminated by the flames in their grate. You can see that you were mistaken. She is not just pretty. She is beautiful. So much so it is breathtaking. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong to this world. Perhaps she is some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. But no, she is none of those things. The doll on her lap is a cold, hard thing made of porcelain, and it is unflinchingly, reassuringly real. If she were a mirage, surely she would not be able to handle physical objects such as this. It is strange, though. The doll, though immaculately made, looks oddly imperfect when compared to the girl who is holding it. She is so startlingly beautiful, she even puts man-made representations of feminine charms to shame. The sight of her makes you feel rather weak. You always have had a fondness for fair maidens, haven't you? You are rather hopeless when it comes to them. Even worse than a knight errant from a court. Oh my god, look at this knight image! Errant from a courtly legend. Your aesthetic appreciation is not particularly ladylike, but, well, it is not every day a girl encounters an elegant beauty like this, attired in red, illuminated by the firelight. I suppose I can forgive you for this rudeness, as too can the girl. She does not seem to be the type to hold a grudge. Oh, the girl says, in a voice that's surprisingly enough far less refined than her appearance. It is good to see you, I've been waiting. Has she? That is news to you. You blink, perplexed. A response on the— Wait, should I make her a valley girl? Should I, like, make her talk like this? Wait. Should I make her talk like she's, like, you know, like this? Or should I take this more seriously? Yandere Valley girl. Wait. She's like, you know, it's just her. Like, how could you want anyone other than me? Oh my god, wait. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. You blink, perplexed, a response on the tip of your tongue, but you are unable to expel it into the ether. Wait, Yandere Valley Girl would be a kick-ass band. Oh yeah, oh my god, I'm gonna go see my favorite band, Yandere Valley Girl. Oh, I fucking... God, oh no. The girl is setting her doll aside. Then she stands, the hem of her dress swishing about her legs. Nimbly, like a ballerina, she canvasses the space between you, Her room is very large. There is quite a lot of space. Then takes your hands in her own. It does go hard, you're not wrong. You must, the girl says, her eyes aglow with excitement, be my new lady's maid. It's been a while, but it's such a relief that you finally arrived. I knew you would. You'd never leave me alone, not when you knew how long I was waiting. Oh, I'm so happy. The girl's good mood is contagious, so much so you find yourself being swept away in it. You're tempted to accept any identity she might press upon you. You've never been a maid before, but you might not mind being this girl's maid. She does not seem like a poor mistress to serve, not if she is always this kind. You cannot mask the confusion, however, which flickers across your face. You are not a good enough actress, and in any case, this is happening too quickly. Why, you barely know this girl. Why is she being so familiar? It is with blank, bovine eyes that you examine the girl. Your befuddlement is pronounced enough that even the girl, despite her good mood, notices it. She frowns. Oh girl, don't frown, you're so pretty, haha. Then, she says, her fingers sliding away from your own. Or am I mistaken? Are you not my new lady's maid after all? The disappointment in the girl's face is abundant, so much so your heart clenches. You do not know her. She is still a stranger. But you are struck, all of a sudden, with the intense desire to appease her. You do not want to let her down. The thought is devastating. You were not aware, you tell her, that you had applied to be her maid, but if that is what she wills, you would not be opposed to it. You pray that she forgives you, though, for your discombobulation. You come from a distant country, and you have traveled for many miles. You know not where you are, and you do not know who she is. What? You don't know who I am? It is regrettable, you tell her, but no, you do not know her. Though, that is no fault of her own. Why, you have spent such a long time running, you hardly even know yourself. Ah, so you're like a fugitive then from another country. I see. I won't pry into your past then if you'd rather forget about it. I don't mind sharing my past with you though. Everybody in this country knows who I am after all, or at least they should. Now this is quite the impressive boast. If it were to come from the lips of another, you would find it unpleasantly arrogant. You do not think, however, that this girl is trying to show off. You get the feeling, instead, that she is merely telling the truth. If you don't have the pleasure of knowing me, then allow me to do the honors. My father and my mother were the king and queen of this realm, and I am its princess. I've lived in this castle all of my life, so I don't know much about the outside world, but I know that other countries do exist out there. I presume it's from one of these foreign countries that you come from. It is very good to meet you. I've always wanted to talk to somebody from overseas. It feels like quite the opportunity. The girl giggles at this, and you smile in response. You tell her, unthinkingly, that it is your pleasure, really, to meet her. Or at least, you mean to. You only get halfway through this remark when the full gravity of what the girl has told you sinks in. You come to a stop. Then, you stare. Did she just say she was a princess? We're in a castle. What the fuck? Why are we... Huh? Yeah, that's right. I'm a princess. And one day, I'll be a queen. After I've done a little bit growing up. My ministers don't think I'm ready to run the country just yet, but I've been doing my best at my lessons. One day, I'm sure I'll be the best queen there ever was. So, she really is a princess. That makes sense, you suppose, given she lives in a castle, but it comes as a surprise regardless. You hadn't known before you entered this chamber that you were trespassing on a lady of such great renown. Why, if she willed it, she could have you executed for your carelessness. An ugly red flush creeps up your face, the flush which is far more lurid than the princess's dress, as you look at your feet. Bashfully, you stammer out a new address, that you are very sorry for intruding upon her, and you hope that she can forgive you. Oh, it's alright. Don't think of it. I don't mind, really. We all make mistakes, and anyway, you weren't to know. You said you weren't from around here? You nod your head in silent affirmation. It isn't a complete lie. You really are not from this country. You are not from this world at all. How wonderful. I'll look forward to picking your brain later. All of my servants come from nearby village. Their tales are all the same, and so are their superstitions. I could do with a breath of fresh air. My last lady's maid told me I was too impetuous, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a bit of adventure. Not that I've ever been afforded much of that. I've been shut up in here for so long. I hardly ever get the chance to talk to other girls my age. My last lady's maid was older than me, and so was the one before her, and the one before her. Some of the princess's fair mood seems to dissipate as she speaks, her expression turning by degrees into something rather more pensive. But I haven't seen any of my old lady's maids in a while, or any of the other servants for that matter. They've all disappeared. Now that is quite curious. How could a whole household full of servants simply disappear? That I don't know. This castle was full of servants once. My lady's maids, and my undermaids, and my scullery maids, and my housekeeper, and my cooks, and my large retinue of retainers. I've just lost the Valley Girl at this point. They're all gone now, though. I think my ministers must have sent them away. I don't know why they would have done that, though. They didn't explain it to me. But then again, they never explain anything to me. They still treat me like a little girl. It is so tiring. She said that her ministers sent her servants away. What of her parents, the king and queen? Would they not be the ultimate authorities in the castle's hierarchy? They would, yes, if they were still alive. But they're not. They died a long time ago. I was raised for most of my life by my servants. Oh, you answer. And then you flush. You hadn't known. It's alright, you don't need to apologize. I'm just happy that I have you now. Oh no. I was like getting sick and tired of only having my doll to speak to. They aren't the best conversational partners. You can imagine so, yes. You doubt any doll, even one made by a talented artisan with an intelligent face indistinguishable from a human's, would be very good at answering back. Oh no, they aren't. They're hopeless at it, really. They're so stony-lipped. You have no idea how much of a relief it is to see you. This castle is so big, and without my servants, it feels so very empty. It gets so lonely here. Oh my god. Now, that is an interesting turn of phrase. It catches inside your head like a burr. Have you heard it before? You do not have much time to ponder this, however, because the princess is speaking anew, in that curiously conversational manner of hers, which does not seem particularly princessy. Maybe she learned how to speak from her servants. That would explain why her consonants are so unrefined. Oh, but listen to me yammering on again. It is bad habit. I really must put a stop to it. You're probably tired, dear one, from your travels. Would you like me to show you to your room? Yes, the princess announces before you can say anything in reply. I think I'll do just that. I might show you a bit around the castle first, though. It's like a maze in here, and I wouldn't want you getting lost. You'll be staying here for quite some time, after all. The princess then hastens to take you on a tour of her home. That fucking door sound! Fortunately, she does not show you all of the rooms in her abode. And neither does she offer overly long descriptions as to what the few rooms she does show you are used for. She does, however, pause by the kitchens, whereat she offers you some victuals. Once the growling in your belly has been satisfied, the princess then resumes her journey. She leads you down a dark, twisting hallway and up a series of equally dark, twisting steps until she arrives at long last before a door. The princess pushes the door aside summarily, thus permitting you entrance to a small, humble bedchamber. This chamber is not half so opulent as the grand bedroom in which the princess resides, with its resplendent four-posters and its richly patterned wallpaper. This room's ceiling is not as high, and the singular bed shoved against the wall is thin and narrow. The walls are so unassumingly beige, and the floor beneath your soles is of warped wood. There is a malodorous scent, too, which hangs in the air, one of disuse and general decay. You get the feeling that nobody has slept in this room for quite some time. That might explain why it feels so very cold in here. Though, if the princess's tour of her castle has taught you anything, it is that it is cold in every room in her abode. Now here we are, the final stop of our tour. This will be your room, dear one. I hope it's to your liking? The princess, despite her exalted status, looks somewhat uneasy as she observes you, her eyes upturned like those of a loyal dog's. Is she concerned about your reaction to this room? Perhaps she is afraid that you will turn your nose up at her kindness. For a princess, she is awfully eager to please. This unexpected contrast between the princess's lofty title and her ingratiating attitude makes you smile. The room is rather scanty, yes, when it comes to its but it is more than passable. We're not taking the princess's room. We can share it with her. It has a room and 4 walls, and though it is cold, you fancy you will feel warmer once you have slipped beneath the bed's sheets. The room is not quite so fancy as your dormitory at the conservatoire, and neither is it so large, but it does have one glaring improvement over your previous lodgings. You will not be expected to share it with anybody else. There is only one bed in this room, and this bed is to belong to you. You think that the peace and the quiet will do you a world of good. You tell the princess as much, and she smiles. That's good. I was worried you wouldn't like it. I know it isn't much to look at, but it's one of the nicest servants' rooms we have in the castle. Oh my god, there was only one bed. Haha, that's crazy. Most of the maids sleep beneath the roof in this teeny tiny room, which is all cramped. There's 10 beds up there, and they're so close together, there's barely any room to pass between them. I thought it was perfectly ghastly when I saw it the last time I went up there, not that I was supposed to be up there. It was a rainy day, and I couldn't go outdoors, so I was doing a little bit of exploring. If the housekeeper had known I'd been skulking around, I don't think she would have been best pleased. Well, in any case, nobody sleeps up there anymore. The scullery maids are all gone now. I couldn't put you up there, though, in the attic with all those empty beds. I didn't think it'd be very cheery. You're not just a scullery maid, you're my lady's maid. That means you deserve good lodgings. It'd be an insult to offer you any less than this. Now, it's getting late. You have to forgive me for rabbiting on. I've heard it's something I tend to do. It's a bad habit, one that's unbecoming for a lady. The housekeeper's warned me enough times. You reassure the princess to the contrary, smiling as you do so. You do not mind if she talks too much. That is better than not talking at all. Her affable nature makes it easier to spend time with her. Manners be damned. You were always scolded too, back in the conservatoire, for your behavior. You know full well how aggravating it can be to be upbraided. Not for any particular misdemeanor, but for being yourself. Well, I'm glad you understand, the princess answers with a giggle. I really should be off, though. It's bad manners to keep you, especially when you look so sleepy. Get some rest. We can talk tomorrow if you don't mind my ceaseless prattle. I'm glad you seem to appreciate it, at least. Though, I'm sure you'll get tired of it eventually. All my old maids did. The princess departs, and in her absence, you take a seat upon the bed. Your new bed. You cannot help but think that this is all happening very quickly. It does not seem like very long ago that you were still in the forest, running for your life amongst the tall, imposing trees with their gnarled, grasping branches. The forest might as well be a distant memory now, though. You are indoors, inside a castle no less, and you have been given a room in which to sleep and clothes that you might wear. It seems premature, still, to declare that you are out of the woods. In a metaphorical sense, I mean. But things could certainly be worse. You force yourself to stand, on legs which feel too weary to support you, and change into the nightclothes hanging in the wardrobe. The nightclothes do not fit you perfectly, but you are too tired to care about that. You are too tired to care about much of anything. You retreat to the bed and slide beneath its sheets. Then, you let your eyelids fall shut. You exhale, and lulled by the breeze which blows outdoors, you fall asleep. You are so very tired. Your sleep is a deep, dark one, darker even than the furthest abyss of the nighttime. Like the nighttime sky, however, which shimmers with stars, your sleep is not devoid of those prismatic fragments you humans call dreams. Though, in this case, I rather think your nocturnal imaginings are worth rather more than that. They are not dreams, are they, to which your slumbering mind is subjected? You know that they are not. Otherwise, your body would not be so very cold, not so clammy. The images that flicker beneath your closed eyelids like the ghostly images... What the fuck is that? In a phenicoscope? That's a word. Were not conjured from within your mind. They were, instead, taken from your memories. You are not merely dreaming, you are remembering. You remember the girls who slept in your dormitory, and how they always hastened to use the shower first, so you were last for breakfast. You remember how, when you finally did arrive at the dining hall, the most desirable morsels had already been snaffled up by the girls who got there earlier. You struggled too to find a seat, once you finally did get your hands on some food because nobody ever wanted to sit with you. The other girls all acted like you were a leper, save for when they wanted favors. They never asked for these favors, mind. Well, why would they? To them, your father's prestige did not matter. They were all wealthy ladies too, many of them wealthier than you. When everybody has their airs and graces of a princess, how is anybody supposed to stand out? You stood out, at least, in your class. Perhaps because you were one of the smallest, the frailest, the sickliest, who always came down with colds in the winter. Your poor health did not stop the other girls from treating you as a servant, though, when they remembered that you existed, of course. It was your lot in life, as you dwelt within the stone walls of the conservatoire, to carry school bags across the field like a pack mule. Then, come the evenings, the girls in your dormitory had you sewing on missing buttons and ironing out the creases and wrinkles in their uniforms. If there was an odd job that needed performing, you would always be asked. But these girls did not ask you. That would have been too civilized. They ordered you instead, and as they ordered you, they laughed at you. They laughed and they laughed and they laughed. The laughter hurt, but it hurt considerably less than the kicks did, and the slaps and the pinches. Once, during an embroidery lesson, one of your classmates had an accident with her sewing scissors. She stumbled, or at least she pretended to, and before you knew it, the silvery blades of those scissors were embedded in your left palm. This happened quite some time ago, when you were even littler than you are now. But you can still remember it. It hurt a lot. The scissors were sharp, and they perforated your skin, not all the way down to the bone, but enough to bleed. Your wound bled bright red, like strawberry jam all over your embroidery. Then, when your professor saw it, she shrieked. Her face turned as pale as she looked, for a few moments, as though she might faint, though you were the one who was in pain. Your professor looked at your face, she could not bear to look at your hand, then demanded to know why you could not be more careful. Her tone had been an accusatory one, almost as if you had stabbed yourself in the hand with this. What the fuck? It wasn't even my fault, miss. The pain in your hand hurt, but the giggles of your persecutors hurt all the more. They never were punished for that. Perhaps your professor did not care enough to punish them. Perhaps she, like everybody else, thought it was all your fault. The wound, when all was said and done, was not too deep. You did not even need any stitches. It healed well enough in time on its own, though it still left a scar. A white, raised thing like a crescent moon. You still have that scar. You do not know how much blood you lost. It seemed like a lot back in the classroom. You could smell it in the air, sharp as iron, but it could not have been that much, evidently. If your wound had been more serious, perhaps your professor might have cared. Perhaps your classmates too would have felt some modicum of guilt over what they did. But this seems very unlikely. You know that your blood meant nothing to your classmates. Why should it? If you meant next to nothing, then the blood in your veins was, if such a thing possible, even more inconsequential. You feel disorientated when you awake, at long last with the rising of the sun. You do not remember what you dreamt, but you do not think that your dreams were of a particularly pleasant nature. If they were, your heart would not be hammering, sir. Ill at ease, you glance around. You are lying in a narrow bed in an unremarkable room, one with dull beige walls and a warped wooden floor. Where exactly are you? This does not look like your dormitory in the conservatoire, no, not unless it has shrunk threefold overnight. Your brow furrows as you attempt to recall the events of the night prior, until, with a gasp, it all clicks into place. You remember now. You were running through the woods trying to escape from... You shudder. You do not want to think of what it was that you were trying to escape from. You presume that you must have given your hunter the slip, though, because you are still in one piece, awake and alert enough to face the dawning of a new morning. You still have all of your limbs, and your facial features appear to be in the correct configuration. That is more than enough to be getting along with. You look to the foot of your bed, then blink bemused at your discovery. You can see, laying upon the sheets, a garment, 2 garments actually, of black and white, folded into a neat white square. What could that be? A maid's outfit? If so, it would not be too surprising. You can now recall your visit with the princess the night prior, and her assertions that you must be her lady's maid. Well, if that is the role she wants you to assume, you have no qualms with it. It is far preferable to the other role you played last night, that of a startled quarry running from its pursuer. You press your fingers against the humble maid's attire. It feels surprisingly soft to the touch, not coarse, like you expected. These clothes are rather fine. Did the princess put them there? If so, that is all the more reason to wear them. You are not girlish enough to deny her hospitality. You rise from your new bed, then undress yourself, unbuttoning the front of your plain white nightgown and setting it aside. This task accomplished, you then clad yourself in your new attire, black, white, and eminently sensible. You feel very far away from the girl that you once were. Your face might be the same as always, but something within you seems to have changed. You are no longer a student. Not as long as you mean to reside within the princess's castle. You would far rather be her servant. Damn, does my voice make you that sleepy, Hate? That's crazy. Assured of her newfound identity, you retreat from your chamber, then make your way to your mistress's bedroom. The castle is a large one, with many, many rooms and many, many hallways to connect them, and for a brief while you find yourself horrendously lost. You cannot remember where the princess's bedroom is. You are beginning to feel rather disorientated when, to your relief, your eyes snag upon a stairwell which looks rather familiar. Could this be the way? You ascend these steps, your footfalls cushioned by the plush carpet which lines them, then find your way down the very same hall you traversed the night prior. If your memory does not fail you, then the princess's bedroom ought to be. Yes, it is here. You rap upon the door but receive nothing in the way of a response. Is the princess still abed? You wonder. So anyone else listening with their eyes closed so wait, you would be able to read. Jesus Christ. You wonder briefly whether you oughtn't wait until she has risen on her own accord. But no. The sun is high in the sky, and it would seem a shame to let the princess sleep through the day. You ought instead to rouse her. That seems like the sort of duty a lady's maid should attend to. You enter the princess's bedroom and glance about. Her room looks much the same as you remember it from the night prior, though the ceiling seems even higher when viewed in the warm morning light. You can see now that there are fewer shadows to impede your view, how very opulent your young mistress's abode is. Her armoire is large and imposing, as is the grate in which you will be expected to keep a fire lit during the nights. The princess herself, meanwhile, is curled on her side beneath the sheets, looking rather less grandiose than her title would suggest. She is attired in a nightgown adorned with frills, and her hair is spilt across her pillow like spilled gold. In her slender arms, meanwhile, held to her chest is a doll, the very same one she was cosseting last night. You suppose this doll must be her favorite. Idly, you wonder what the doll's name is, though you do not suppose it matters all that much. It is time to wake your mistress. You call out to the princess, but she is largely unresponsive. Her eyelashes are still sewn tightly shut and her lips pursed in slumber. You purse your lips too, and sigh. Well, nobody ever said your job would be easy. Once again, you call to the princess, and this time she replies. Her response is not a favorable one, however. She sighs, then turns away from you, her doll clutched to her chest. Just give me a little longer. The princess sounds so enfeebled, but you do not take pity on her. If you have learnt anything from the conservatoire, save for knowledge pertaining to the respiratory tracts of fish, it is that one must be cruel to be kind. You do not think this adage was practiced with any great success in the conservatoire, but perhaps it will have more of an impact upon the princess. You tell her once again to wake up, more sternly this time. You will not let her sleep, for she has slept long enough already. It is very slovenly, really, to still be abed at such an hour. Oh, defeated, the princess sighs. Alright, I can see that I can't twist you around my little finger. I'm up, you don't need to nag me. Once you have roused the princess from her bed and you have put her doll to one side, you set upon... She's so pretty. You aid the princess in the brushing of her hair, a chore to which she submits willingly, like a cat might allow its fur to be brushed. You allow yourself to ponder, as you run the bristles of the princess's brush through her hair, how wonderfully soft it feels against your skin. But a curious query from the princess, "Are you alright, dear one?" brings you back to your senses. You were rather lost in thought there. Look lively now. You wouldn't want the princess to catch wind of your salacious thoughts, would you? Yeah, this is so, you know. I thought you had learnt your lesson about that already. Suitably chastened, you finish with the princess's hair, then set the brush aside. Now that the princess's tresses have been taken care of, you must start on her attire. The princess remains seated upon the edge of her bed, looking upon you askance. She does not ask you to avert your eyes, nor does she make any motion of divesting herself of her nightgown. Oh wow! It really does seem as though she expects you to undertake this task on your own. Is that alright? You ask the princess as much. You would not wish to impinge upon her modesty, but she only laughs. Yeah, that's alright. It's what you're supposed to do if you're to be my lady's maid. I'm used to being dressed and undressed. I'm not a bit squeamish about it. She might not be squeamish about it, but you are. You have never seen a naked woman before, excepting yourself. Even then, however, you have always dressed and undressed furtively. Oh my god. Not wanting to examine your body for longer than is strictly necessary. You have never much liked the way that you look. You make a few more mumbled objections, but the princess sweeps them to one side easily. It's alright, I might be a princess, but we're both people underneath all of our clothes. I doubt we look much different. You are not sure about that. You have not yet seen the princess unadorned, but you already know to look at her face that you are different. She is much, much prettier than you are, but she is waiting, and so you do not wish to keep her any longer. You steady your nerves. Then, you reach out with trembling hands and you begin to undo the buttons which run down the front of the princess's nightgown. You work as quickly as you are able, which given how badly your hands are shaking, it's not very. You fumble with a couple of the buttons, flinching as you do so. The princess, however, seems blissfully unaware of what is exactly you are doing, or not doing, for your fingers have begun to seize up with the front of her nightgown. She's not even looking at you. Instead, her gaze is directed beyond your shoulder to the windowsill and the sky beyond it. It isn't particularly sunny, but I don't think it's too cold outside. Going for a walk might not be a bad idea. What do you think, dear one? You think that you would like to finish undressing the princess as soon as possible, so you can make some progress on dressing her again. Hi, Drac, how are you today? The sight of all of this exposed skin is bad for your heart. Fortunately, you're able to make quick work of the princess's nightgown despite your initial mishaps, spurred on perhaps by your anxiety. You bid the princess to stand, which she does, and neatly she steps out of her nightgown, her motions once again as graceful as fluid as a dancer's. I love how you come in at the part where I'm undressing a woman. Good timing, kidder. This task completed, you search hurriedly, worried for the princess's red dress. Where is it? You cannot find it. Sweat begins to prickle on the back of your neck. Your palms, meanwhile, feel uncomfortably clammy. The moments pass awkwardly, uneasily, as you search, the princess standing there all the while as naked as the day she was born. Why did you not find her day dress before you stripped her of her night one? What a fool you are. The princess, noting your panic, giggles, then says, Are you looking for my dress? Yes, you reply, your face flushed. That is what you were doing. I thought so. I did wonder before you started undressing me why you did not ask me where it is. Maybe it slipped your mind? It had slipped your mind, yes, to your shame. You were too busy trying not to fixate upon the princess's bared skin to think about how best to conceal it. Undressing stream? No, killer, no! The princess says, glancing over to the aforementioned piece of furniture. The armor of hers has an intricately carved wooden structure, large enough, or so you estimate, to fit inside it enough dresses to attire a whole ballroom's worth of princesses. I'd like to wear the red one. It's my favorite. Would you be a dear and fetch it for me? I don't want to rush you, but it's rather cold in here, especially when I'm still naked. She raises a good point. You turn away from the princess and make your way to her. This week's streams are wilding. Yeah, they're definitely wilding. I didn't think I would be undressing a woman in this stream. Once there, you open its wooden doors and peruse the clothes hanging within. It is just as you expected. Inside the wardrobe lies numerous dresses, all of them finely sewn and decorated with no shortage of ribbons, lace, and iridescent pearls. You find the princess's red dress soon enough, then hurry to her side. With your spoils in hand, you hurry to dress her, concealing, once again, the princess's pale skin beneath layers upon layers of soft, red velvet. She is easier to look at now, you think, with her skin concealed. That might have been the most nerve-wracking task you've ever had to accomplish, even more so than your perilous escape through the foggy forest. I like how it's so detailed to undress. Yeah, like they really made me read that out in big detail, huh? Jesus. Why, it seems a small miracle you can still remember how to breathe. That's much better. Thank you, dear one, for your help. You've not been here for a full day, but I already wonder what I would do without you. Shyly, you assure the princess that you did nothing. Really, nothing. Beyond your job. You did not do anything incredible. And in any case, being complimented by someone so pretty is embarrassing. Oh, don't be like that. I want to compliment you. Why shouldn't I when you've been so helpful? It'd be rude not to, and anyway. I think you're very pretty too. Oh, my. Your face flushes from this more deeply than ever before. You ought to count yourself lucky, really, with all this excessive blushing, that the princess does not seem to possess any vampiristic tendencies. You are making yourself quite the easy target. Hello? Excuse me? Hello? That was a fucking sentence. Now... Oh, wait. And now, the princess declares, why don't we go for a walk? It's a nice enough day, and I get so very bored of being cooped up inside. You can't think of any particular objections to raise to this remark, and you think that the princess might have a point. The castle, though expansive, is somewhat stifling. The walls are so very thick, they put you in mind of a crypt. Sentences of all time. I'm just surprised. We've had a time reference, we've had a night reference, we've now got a vampire reference. So that's Drac, that's the time woman, and that's not, like, we're getting everyone here. Like, these are all the references of all time. This game was made for this stream. The princess quits her chamber, her posture elegant and her gait unhurried. She seems not to walk, as she navigates her way through the seemingly endless hallways of her home, but to float like a cloud. The hem of her dress swishes around her legs, and her hair shifts like a shroud. The castle's courtyard, meanwhile, is sadly lacking in comparison to the princess's beauty. The courtyard is fenced in by the castle walls, which look in the stark midday light tall and imposing, faceless soldiers standing sentinel. Though the sun is out, it is not particularly bright, and neither is it particularly warm. The courtyard itself, meanwhile, is in a state of disarray. The flower beds are in shambles, all overgrown with weeds. It is all rather depressing. The princess's castle might be grand in scale, but the courtyard itself is simple. Hemmed in to a claustrophobic degree, like a coffin. The princess, however, seems not to share your dolorous mood. She instead looks elated by her newfound surroundings, her smile unwavering. She gambols about like a lamb, flitting hither and thither as she examines the weed-infested flower beds. Her frolicking comes to a cease, however, by a bush. One is full of bright red roses. Oh, how pretty! Do you not think they are gorgeous, dear one? The flowers are not too disappointing, you suppose. I love the detailed view of the flower. They make for a fine spectacle, in fact, a welcome splash of color when contrasted with the dullness and the drabness which permeates the rest of the courtyard. Though the other flowers in their beds are wilted, withered things, it is not so for these roses. Flower. They are a rich, bright red, just like blood. Their heads so full they seem almost to droop beneath the weight of their own engorged petals. Don't make a comment. They are pretty, in a sense. But there is something unsettling about them too. Something that is almost obscene. How did those roses become so very red? What has been sustaining them? Could it be possible that these roses have been draining the life from the other flowers which are struggling to grow within this garden? It is a fanciful thought, but... Oh, they are simply divine! Looking at these roses always lifts my spirit. They really are my most favorite flowers. I simply must pick some of them. Perhaps I can use them to decorate my bedchamber. It could use a bit of color. The princess reaches out so as to pluck one of the roses free from its resting place amongst its brethren. You watch her, your breath bated, anxious that its gesture might result in perforated flesh and bright red blood. But the princess is not as clumsy as you feel. Of course she is not. Who did you think she was? You? Rather than worrying about other people, you would be better served if you worried more about yourself. The princess holds her newly pilfered rose to her nose and inhales, her eyelids falling shut as the flower's sweet scent washes over her. A few moments of silence pass. Then, the princess begins to toy with the petals which adorn the flower's crown. Now, let me see. I wonder what fate has in store for me. She loves me. There's no fucking way we're about to... Something Yuri flower. Fucking literally, though. Do you know I had to spend an hour and a half recently actually researching flower language for something I was writing? I was like, damn, this is my life now, huh? As I'm like looking up all of the different things, trying to find like the combination of making like a bouquet worth of flowers using these specific meanings to tell a story through the flowers. I was like, wow, what is wrong with me? The princess plucks a petal from the flower's overburdened head. She loves me not. The princess continues with this child incantation, all the while stripping her rose slowly and methodically of its petals. These petals flutter about the princess like bloody snow. Based? Oh my god. The princess's voice, meanwhile, echoes throughout the courtyard, even more melodic than the strain of a pianola. She loves me not. She loves me not. The princess's fingers hover over the final petal, which crowns her nearly denuded flower. Then, with a triumphant smile, she declares, "She loves me! I knew it!" You watch the princess, amused by her girlish good cheer. The little mantra she had been reciting is one that you are familiar with. The girls at the conservatoire also used to engage in this little game, the younger ones at least, who believed that a fairy tale prince would whisk them away. You might have participated in this game yourself when you were a child yourself, but you had never pinned your hopes and dreams of a handsome prince. Your interest in princes had always been minimal. Yeah, but MC, she was saying she! She was saying she! Oh my god, this is just like Super Mario 64 DS with the Yoshi minigame. What? There is a Yoshi minigame? With like, there's a she loves me not with a Yoshi minigame? Hello? What? No fucking way. Say psych right now. Please say psych right now. Yeah, loves me. How have I never heard of this before? What the fuck? There's no fucking way. Holy shit. You can literally look. Okay. I'm looking it up right now. Yoshi loves me not mini game. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. It's a thing. What the hell? That's insane. I am in disbelief right now. What the fuck? Oh my god. That is my- oh my god. I need to play that. Just that one mini game. That's so fucking funny. Holy shit. Core childhood memory. I never played Mario games as a kid. Like any. I never played Mario. I think my first Mario game was... Wait. What was my first Mario game? Have I actually played a Mario game? I watched someone play Odyssey. I played Mario Party, the one on the Switch, like once. And I think I played one Mario Kart on the Wii. But like that was one time I played Mario Kart at a party. That is the only Mario I have ever played. Insane. I feel like I'm disappointing so many people with that statement. Will you ever forgive me, my loyal knight? Maybe I need to play a Mario game to make up for this pain. Because, like, in my defense, I played a lot of, like, Digimon, Pokemon. Yeah, they were kind of the games that I played as a kid. It's like, my first Zelda game was BOTW. I'll forgive you, of course. Oh my god, good. That's the only Zelda game I've ever played was BOTW. But I now have Tears, so I'm thinking of playing that. Yeah, I basically need to, like, catch up on years worth of games. But I did play Croc, so, like, at least I have that going for me. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was my first one. I've never played a Zelda game before that. The Zelda of Zelda? Yeah, Croc was the shit, man! I fucking loved that game. I have it. I want to do it for a stream at some point. I just have to find time to put it in where I'm like, no one's gonna watch this, but at least I will enjoy it. I'm streaming it for me. Everyone can just watch. I'll introduce Drac to it. I'll be like, Drac, here is a game from my childhood. You might not even know what it is, but it was the shit. I also played the Pac-Man games. Not like the Pac-Man, like, arcade version, but the one where they tried to make it like an actual game itself. That was the shit. I loved that game. I never finished it. Like, I couldn't finish the game, but I played it. I was there, you know? But yeah, most of the games I played growing up was just Pokemon and Digimon. Which is kind of sad when you think about it. Or, like, I played a little bit of The Sims, but that would be, like, you get it, you play it, like, religiously for, like, 10 hours, and then never touch it again. I know, Croc, that's quite base. Good. Good. That's all I ever ask. Croc is such an important game, honestly. Oh, I played Spyro. Wait, I played Spyro. I played Spyro and Crash. It's like, I've had some people ask me if Cinda was named... Where is Cinda? Oh, she's sleeping. I think there were rumors of a Croc remake. If there is a Croc remake, I will be there. Like, in seconds. That game was the everything to me. My god, the way that I had only love for that damn fucking game. Insane. If they ever remake, I'm their #1 fan. I am hyping it to the, like, ends of time. You will see me do 100% completionist runs on this channel. I will be there. Trying to think of what other games I played growing up. But I really do think it was just mostly Pokemon and Digimon because that was like my like obsession when I was a kid. And like I didn't really have time to play other games. Like I didn't have much time to game at all as a kid because like I would dance 6 to 7 days a week. Sims 2 did damage to me as a child because I thought the woohoo thing was so funny. I was so disappointed to find it. Oh my god. Amazing. That is, oh my god. See, I loved playing the Sims games because I would love trying to like min-max them to have like the best of everything. I wanted my people to be the most successful. Oh, I've got gaming in my blood. My parents were arcade rats. Amazing. Neither of my parents were gamers. Unfortunately. They raised all 3 of their kids to be fucking gamers and it shows. That's actually incredible. See, the only reason I got games was because I would have to be in, like, the hospital all the time. So they got me, like, Pokemon for, like, Game Boy and everything. And so I could just play it for hours on end. So it was like, hell fucking yeah. Sit me in that little room with my fucking Game Boy, I'll be good for hours. And that was like my life, essentially. So like, I got the biggest win because that's how I learned to be so fucking obsessed with Pokemon because that was my fucking lifeblood. And then Neopets took a lot of my time as well because like, I was like a god at Neopets, which also, oh my god, I have Neopets on my schedule for next week. I don't care if I'm leaking my schedule already. I finished my schedule Wait, how many people are in chat? Do you guys want to see? Okay, I completed my schedule already. Do you guys want a quick sneak preview of next week's schedule? Because I finished it. I made my entire schedule. It is... What day is it? It is Thursday. And I have next week's schedule done already. How insane is that? I am like girl bossing. Wait. I'm very excited. Like, holy shit. I was like, I'm gonna do my schedule. I'm gonna make it all ready, make it pretty. And then I ruined it, but like in a funny haha way. Look at this. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Wait, there we go. Look at my schedule. Is that not the most absolutely insane fucking week? Is that not the most mentally ill fucking thing you've ever seen? Please be happy. Gay Game, Neopets, Genshin Impact, but I said Eula Impact because that's when Eula finally comes back since over a year. I'm gonna stream my pools! I'm gonna play Genshin again! I logged into Genshin and I had like 357 pools. And so I'm gonna spend some offline grinding to kind of like catch up. Because I haven't played it in months to the point that I've got like the login bonuses for like the new returning players. And I was like, oh, this is beneficial for me, I guess, because now I can just acquire some extra, you know, rewards for coming back. Convenient. So I'm gonna get all those extra free pulls for like completing all of the like welcome back challenges. But I'm gonna stream my pulls. We're gonna see, because I need to C6 Eula and get her sword. Well, her claymore. Do you know how hard that's gonna be? It's gonna be a fucking nightmare. But I will be there. I will be going insane. You might hear me cry. I might cry if I hit C6. Like, Eula is my emotional support lesbian. I need that woman and I need her C6. Wait, I might miss Monday's stream because I'll be recovering from Connect the World. Damn. Oh no, rip! L. Oh yeah, because are you going there? Like, are you going to be physically there? That's going to be insane if you are. What time would it be? Because our one... Wait, when it... You're going? Nice! Because I can't... Wait, when is... Is it Saturday or Sunday? That connect? Because Sunday, it's Sunday for the Connect the World, isn't it? Now I'm like, oh god. Because I didn't even think about that. We'll be in LA for 3 days. Nice! That's gonna be so fucking good. Holy shit. Also be sleeping afterwards. Yeah, that's fair. What time is it for you guys when... What time is it Sunday for you guys? Because I might actually have to postpone that. Haha, that's crazy. Because I'm always going to put Connect over the thing. You're going to be sleeping afterwards. Yeah, fair. Me on my way to call off work. There we go. But yeah. Eula Impact. I'm so fucking excited. The Neopets stream is going to be insane because I have to share my browser. Do you know how dangerous that is? It's like almost 6 AM right now here. Oh god, yeah, you're going to die. You're going to be struggling. Wait, maybe I should skip. Maybe I should change the Please Be Happy day so you can watch it. Maybe I'll switch the Please Be Happy to Thursday. There you go. That'll be my gift to you, moving it from Monday to Thursday. Crazy. Wait, let me think about that. Yes. I could do that. What a kind streamer. I am only the kindest god. Just for you. Yeah, of course just for you. I can move that day just for you. Why wouldn't I? Of course I want you to be there. It'd be insane for me to not want you to be there, wouldn't it? I'm ever in your service, oh my god. Alright, I will actually change that then so that Monday will be Thursday, because if that works better for you, then yeah, fuck yeah, I'll move that to Thursday. Will it work better for you? Okay. Yeah, no, that's easy. Starting the week on Neopets, let's fucking go! Okay. I'm gonna also now X that and not fuck this up. There we go. There we go. I'll make that change. Actually, I have it open in front of me. I'm gonna quickly, give me 2 seconds, because I have it literally open in front of me in the actual thing itself. I'm gonna make a note. There you go. I've made a note for it to get corrected. Oh my goodness, we're girl bossing today. But yeah, how like insane is that? How often do you see your streamer have their like schedule done like what like days before it's meant to be posted? That's crazy behavior right there. That doesn't happen. Normally it's like on the day or the day before. Drac, can you vouch? Drac, vouch for me here. Wait, both of you can vouch for me. Both of you also stream. Vouch for me. For real, yeah, literally. I'm like, hee hee, haha. I'm just gonna figure out what I'm gonna do now. Or I do it the morning of, where I'm like, oh shit, what am I gonna do for the week? And then I look through like over 1,000 games, like, which one am I gonna play? As if I'm not picking the same few every fucking week. Oopsies. Okay. I'm gonna take a drink, and then I should probably continue reading. This really is the reading stream that everyone wanted, huh? Read us a bedtime story, Mari. And then I do. Incredible. Your interest in princesses had always been minimal. When it comes to fair princesses, though, well, that is a different matter altogether, isn't it? Pleasantly, you ask the princess whose love it is she wishes to court, a query which makes the princess giggle. Oh, dear one, who else would I be thinking of? Naturally, I was thinking of you. Naturally. Oh my god, she was thinking of us. Oh my god, we're like... there is no slow burn here, guys. We're speed running. Hell yeah, that's... Oh my god, they're really capturing the women love women in this. Straight away, day one, thinking of us. Oh my god, that's the women love women experience, guys. Crazy behavior. Oh my god. Oh my god. This writer captured women so well. This is insane. She says it so easily, as though you ought to have suspected as much. And indeed, part of you did. You wanted to believe, yet part of you was afraid to. You did not want to be arrogant enough to assume that the princess might care for your affections. Do you say women love women out loud or what? WLW? I'll either do WLW or women love women. But I mostly say women love women. Because saying W is annoying. You begin to blush, your cheeks almost as red as the roses, while the princess laughs. She laughs and she laughs and she laughs, her voice clear and sweet like a nightingale's song. I'm a walla wa? Is that how you say it? Walla wa? Where are you getting the wa? Huh? Wait, no, actually, this is important. Wa? Like, as in wa? Where's the wa? It's W. This is, huh? Singular what? Because it's like trying to say WLW is a singular what? Insane. Absolutely insane. This is insane behavior. It's silly, it's not serious, but a lot of people say it like that. Insane behavior. Unbelievable. WLW is my go-to. Or just saying women love women. Because I just love saying the word women, you know? Haha. I need to be sedated. As though you are the funniest thing she has ever seen. Please. You never liked being laughed at when you dwelt within the walls of the conservatoire, but it is different with her. Everything is different with her. Insane. You have not known. Okay, as someone who writes. Oh my god, we could be sedated together, twins. Sedated buddies at the. No. Oh my god. Oh no. Also, can I just say, the Women Love Women writing experience is absolutely just, it was different with her. Like, that is how you code your gaze in your writing. Trust me, I'm an expert at writing Women Love Women. It is different with her is, like, the go-to to make it feel, like, unique. And like, I use that line so fucking often in everything I do. Like, you can Control F and you will find that 90% of the time. I don't know what it is, but that is just the Women Love Women experience. Me finding things in here that I use, like, oh, twins! I use that. You have not known her for all that long, but you're already entranced by her, ensnared. Bloom into your moment, oh my god. She has you wrapped around her little finger. Oh my! The princess's laughter tapers off into a series of giggles as, smiling, she wipes her eyes with the back of her hand. It was just different with her. Like, I know that's right. That was quite the amusing diversion, but I've just had an idea. You look at the princess curiously. What idea? You can't tell? You cannot even begin to guess. I just thought that all of this watching must be boring you, the princess says, tossing the rose's stripped stem carefully to the ground. You should give it a try. Please do, it'll be fun. The princess retrieves a second red rose from the bushes, deftly snapping it between her fingers and offers it to you. I want to see what fate has in store for you too. You smile at the princess, touched by her enthusiasm. Indulging in childish games like this might not be for the best use of your time, but the princess looks so very determined that you would not wish to hurt her. What could be the harm, really, in consenting? The only real casualty of this game would be one singular rose, the rose that the princess is holding towards you. You reach out, meaning to accept the princess's offerings, but oh no! You are clumsy. Of course! We broke it. We fucking cut ourselves. You're clumsy, and you seize the stems of the rose with a touch too much strength. The head of the rose might be pretty, but there is more to a rose than its bright red flowers. Roses have thorns too. In fact, you are now being painfully reminded of. Pain flares through your finger and you gasp. You take a step back, the hem of your skirt swishing around your ankles. Your finger is stinging, and so are your eyes. You ought to have been more careful. Why were you so stupid? You poor dear, you're bleeding! The princess exclaims, alarmed. Then she frowns. This is all my fault. If I'd not suggested this silly game, this never would have happened. Please, let me take care of you. How is she going to do that? Perhaps she means to take a handkerchief from her pocket, with which she might staunch your wound. Princesses tend to carry handkerchiefs around with them, don't they? Silken ones? How else would they give brave knights— oh my god, it's a you mentioned! Tokens of their gratitude, once those aforementioned knights have successfully slain dragons. Princesses can hardly dispense kisses as favors. It simply is not done. What do you mean, is this going where you think it's going? What do you mean by that? This is what you always thought, but... Please, hold still, this might sting a bit. The princess is anything but ordinary. Rather than take a handkerchief out of her pocket, she instead closes her white slender fingers around your hand. Carefully, as though she is handling a precious object, she raises your hand. Her eyes are fixed all the while on the beads of startlingly crimson blood, which are oozing luridly from your wound. She licks her lower lip. Then she dips her head? Huh? I just got an achievement. Red rose, but your blood is redder. This is insane. What is happening? Hello? She parts her mouth, and with a soft sigh which borders on the sensuous, she slips your injured digit between her teeth. Huh? Huh? What is happening? Oh my god, it's an us reveal though! We finally know what we look like. We have pink hair. Oh god, we are gay. We're the pink-haired lesbian. I can't fucking believe this. So much for princesses not dispensing kisses as tokens of appreciation. This might not have been a conventional kiss, but feels intimate regardless, almost startlingly so. It's free! You don't need to buy it, you just need to download it. Have we eaten anyone yet? Speed! No, we have not eaten anybody yet. How are you today? The princess's lips, which are as red as any rose, are enclosed around your index finger. You can feel the warmth of the princess's mouth about your skin and the wetness of it. These sensations make your whole body quake. You did not expect this. Tremulously, in a voice which wavers, you ask the princess what it is she is doing. Oh, the princess glances up at you, her mouth still enclosed around your finger. Didn't I tell you? I'm trying to stop the bleeding. Wait, she's got a finger in her mouth. Wait. Didn't I tell you? I'm trying to stop the bleeding. That's what she would sound like. Like, yes, you gathered as much, but... Hi, Chu! How are you today? Good morning! Let's go. Mari, that was dangerously close to Uwu talk. Wait, why are you saying my name like that, Nair? What did I do? Did we not appreciate the in-character finger in mouth talking? Insane. Ready? Is there a problem? I'm not making you uncomfortable, am I? What if she tasted your blood on her tongue? What if she tasted your blood on her tongue and you were both girls? It is not, you say, that she is making you uncomfortable per se. But this is rather awkward. You did not expect it. That is all. And she is not worried that this is unhygienic? Unhygienic? The princess blinks. She is the very picture of innocence, which is funny really, given your finger is still nestled against her tongue. Oh my god. I don't know what you mean by that exactly. It's not hygienic, Mr. Cross, clearly. Oh my god. But I've heard this is the best way to take care of cuts. My nursemates used to do this for me when I was a child. It's what you're supposed to— Girl? And you ask, your voice catching in your throat, did her nursemaid keep staunching her wound with her mouth when she grew older? Well, no, but my housemaid was dismissed when I was 8 years old. That's the normal way of things. I had my lady's maid to look after me then. This can either be spicy and lead to being eaten or be very bad and also lead to being eaten. Oh my god, accidental hermia hermia. trivia in Pride Week! If I had a nickel for every time candles Bro, you red fangs, you know that these things happen. Fangs! 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 Ah! Don't make me think about fangs. I will be gay on Maine. I will be gay. Literally, I was talking to someone and I was like, I really want a fic that is like this. And they went, oh, you mean fangs? And I was like, ah! Yes! Like, I literally was like, I want this specific fic with this kind of detail, with this headcanon. And they were like, this exists. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. And then that was how I was introduced to your fics. And I was like, oh my fucking god, what is this? What is this? And then, like, that was it for me. That was when I went through all of your fics. I was like, there's no fucking way this exists. It was a life-changing moment. It was like the change of my life moment. The fact that I was like, I want this very specific thing. And someone had already, because like, I was like, I don't want to write that. I just want to read it. I don't want to be the one to write it out. I'm tired of writing out what I want. I want to start reading it. And then bam, it exists. It was my canon event. You are so right for that. I've never been the same since. I have read that thing a billion fucking times now. I'm like, that is what I needed. That is what I needed. If I had a nickel for every time someone said, I want this fic, I wish it exists about myself, I'd have a lot of nickels because of Fangs and Black Mamba and I didn't be able to get candy. Fangs, literally, like, there are some tiny things I would have done differently, but you literally nailed everything that I wanted to the point that I don't need to write it anymore. So, like, I'm taking the win there because I don't have to write it. I can just enjoy the content for fucking once. It was, so good. I was truly thriving because I'm tired of writing everything. I want to be the reader. I'm tired of writing for me. It's like I have a very specific, like, mafia clock and feather. And I'm like, god damn it, I have to write this myself. And so I have been. But like, God. Minute hands. God. Thank you, the brain rush. That's a fucking mood. That's a god fucking mood. Oh my god. I got distracted. Wait. How very interesting. And did they ever clean her wounds like this? No, the princess says. Ah! What did I do? Wait, I have to save. I did not know that was a thing. Holy shit. Because I am not clumsy enough to cut myself, silly. Now that was quite the sharp retort. You did not expect it. Your face turns even redder, if such a thing is possible, though this might perhaps be to your benefit. With some luck, all of your blood will flow to your face, rather than to your finger, and your bleeding will stop. Has it stopped? Your injury was not a deep one. There should be no need for the princess to keep on... to keep on suckling, but she still is. You are not accustomed to intimacy of this nature. It is making your heart flutter. The milk redeem, no! If the princess knew what her mouth was... If the princess knew what her mouth was doing to you, you are sure she would not be so very familiar. You feel quietly, crushingly confident that she would scorn you for your feelings and deem them unnatural. It would not be the first time. Stop the promise, somebody get free! I need a drink. Oh my god, what is happening? I didn't think it would be this gay. Oh my god. Okay. I'm glad we picked this route. At this point, you should be used to rejection. It still stings, though. It stings much, much more than any thorn on any rose ever could. The days pass, following your misadventures in the rose garden in a relaxed, unhurried sort of manner. Your mad dash through the forest is beginning to feel like a distant memory. So much so, you can scarcely recall the raw, naked fear you once felt as you fled for your life. There is no running to be had while you are working for the princess. You would have nowhere else to run, and in any event, there is no longer any reason to run. The shadows which once tormented you have at long last begun to recede. You can scarcely recall, as you lay down in your bed, the petty cruelties you were subjected to by your classmates at the conservatoire. They no longer matter. Your attention is focused, not upon yourself, but upon the princess. Where is my music? Thank you. The more time you expend with her, the more you come to care for her. You have become quite besotted with her, but you are yet to realize it. Well, I never. How very ignorant can one girl be of her own feelings? Have you met a lesbian? The princess is not half so ignorant as you are, though, despite having spent her whole life within the palace walls. The weight of her own feelings are not unknown to her, and during one stormy night, she chooses to make them known to you. Oh no. You are in the princess's chambers later. Perhaps then you ought to be. Later than is strictly appropriate. It is dark outside, and there is little save the lights of the moon to alleviate it, that and the fire which crackles in the grate. You have only just finished stoking that very fire, and now you rise. You look to the princess, who is laying in her bed, and you bid her a good night, as you have many nights past. With a neat curtsy, you turn to leave, but the princess's plaintive voice gives you pause. Wait, dear one, do not go. Not just yet. Perplexed, you pause, then look back at the princess. Though she is smiling, her expression is unusually wan. Is she alright? Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. It's just nights like this, which make me feel a little out of sorts. And what, you ask, does she mean by that? Only that it's very cold and very dark. And it's very windy besides. I'm afraid there'll be a storm later. It was awfully cloudy earlier when we went out for a walk. The princess is not mistaken about that. The sky, when the pair of you promenaded about the gardens earlier, was grey and steely, the wind bitingly cold. You can hear the wind rattling mournfully against the panes in the princess's bedchamber. The princess's castle is built of stone, and it is well fortified, but even with the fire, it is rather cold. You do not like to think of how much chillier, by comparison, it'll be in your humble bedchamber, which is not fortunate enough to have its own fireplace. It might sound childish, but I have always found it hard to sleep on stormy nights like this. They make me feel uncomfortable. You look at the princess with no small degree of sympathy. No longer clad in her bright red dress, she looks oddly, uncommonly vulnerable. Will she really be alright all alone in her oversized bed in her high-ceilinged bedchamber? You know it is silly of you to contemplate such a query. Why would she not be alright? There is nobody in the castle to hurt her, but still, you fret for her. As her lady's maid, it is your job to fret for her. You would never want your mistress to feel unhappy. You ask the princess what it is she would have you do. And the princess perks up at this, pleased, perhaps, that you are taking the initiative. I wouldn't like to take up too much of your time when it's so very late, but would you mind sitting with me a little while longer and reading to me? Provided that you can, of course. It is a fair enough question, but your pride bristles regardless. Hastily, you reassure the princess that yes, of course you could read. You were a poor student in many aspects at the conservatoire, but you had something of a gift when it came to the literary arts. This game is scratching itches in my brain. Yeah, this game is hitting things I didn't think it was gonna hit. Reading books is all you've ever been good at. Oh, I see. I suppose I should have known. You're so incredible. I sometimes wonder if there's anything you can't do. Chew, what are you cooking? The princess's high praises make you flush. Awkwardly, you look away. Being able to read, you reassure her, is not such a great feat. Perhaps it isn't, where you hail from, but it is here. Very few of my old servants could read, and they certainly couldn't read the books that I like. This piques your interest. Intrigued, you ask the princess what books exactly she likes. Well, I am glad you asked. I'm fond of fairy tales, you see. Old ones from centuries past. I have a collection of them here, the princess says, indicating a book on her bedside table as thick as a mortuary slab. The book is old, though, and the bindings are weak. The pages brittle. The writing woefully is old-fashioned. Princess, feather, knight, servant, hourglass. I'm just saying. I didn't trust any of my past servants with that book, but I think you would do a good job breathing life into those old stories. Would you mind reading to me for just a brief while? Please, dear one? Oh, please? The princess's request seems a simple one, expressed sweetly. So much so you see no reason to refuse her. You take a seat beside the princess upon her luxurious bed, which sinks beneath your weight. You retrieve the leather-bound book, which is resting upon her bedside table, and spread it open. The pages of the book are very brittle, like the princess said, and the bindings of the book are loose. Second one. You can feel in the heft of the book's manifold pages the weight of the ages concealed within it. How old is this book? It's so weird to get... I don't know, Draken, it's making me nervous. Perhaps it is as old as the castle in which it resides. It is with a quiet voice, hesitant at first, that you begin to read to the princess, a tale of courtly love which culminates in a lavish wedding ceremony. All the while, as you read, the princess listens to you, enraptured, hanging, or so it seems, upon your every word. Once you reach the final phrase embossed upon the pages of this age tome, and they live happily ever after, the princess sighs as though this tale has touched her very soul. Would that there was a handsome prince to marry me, she says somberly, or better yet, a beautiful princess. At this point, I think I would even settle for a lowly scullery maid. You blush at this idle remark and mumble softly that this would not be proper. The storm outside is still squalling, and you have never been one to raise your voice. You do not expect, therefore, that the princess will overhear you, but she does. She observes you, her head resting against her pillows. Resting against her pillows, and says, "And what would the problem be with that, As my maid, shouldn't my happiness come before any silly ideas of propriety?" Well, of course, you reply. But for a princess to marry a scullery maid... You're still hung up about that? The princess titters. Don't pay it too much heed. I'm just talking to myself. As if anything like that would ever happen, when there is no priest around who would officiate it. You think there are greater issues with the princess's plan than the lack of a priest. Though she does present a good point. The castle is an empty one. Even if the princess were to find somebody that she loves, there would be nobody to make such a wedding official. You cannot help but feel like you have avoided a great deal of nuisance. But, by the same token, do you not feel a touch disappointed? Well, never mind. Oh, you would go gay religious angst. Let's fucking go Catholic guilt! That was a nice story, the princess says. But I'm not sleepy yet, and it's still storming outside. Won't you read me one more? You would not mind, you reply, but it is getting late. You really ought to return to your own chamber. I know, but can't you find it in your heart to read one story to me? Just one? You can choose a short one, I won't complain. Like it was a sports team! You have some doubts about that, but, as before, you cannot resist the princess's demands. It is not, you think, because she is a princess, though that is, of course, a part of it, but because she is, well, radiant. You would not, you think, as you turn to the next story recounted in this aged compendium, want to upset her. You would rather cut out your own tongue. You read another story to the princess which is of a similar vein to the last, impossible adventures culminating at their close in a happy marriage. This tale delights the princess just as much as the tale you read prior, and she begs for another, then another. One bedroom story soon becomes 5, and even then, when the candle which flickers on the princess's bedstands are close to guttering out, the princess is not satisfied. Like a grasping, greedy child, she has never heard of moderation. When she wants something, she seeks to glut herself with it, her only request that of more. If she were less comely, perhaps her inability to adhere to the word no would have been seen as a character defect. The princess is very comely, however, and so, when she makes her next request, you almost agree offhand without considering the ramifications. I think I could go to sleep now, but the storm is still raging. I feel lonely on my own in this big, empty bed. So, I know! The princess's eyes light up like the night sky in a thunderstorm. Why don't you sleep with me? You stare at the princess, your eyes wide as goose eggs. Slowly, you blink. Then, just as slowly, you bid her to repeat herself. Didn't you hear me? The princess giggles. Maybe you've been so busy cleaning up after me you've neglected to clean out your own ears. I said, dear one, would you like to sleep with me? If that is the question she truly means to ask, then it is easy enough to answer. Of course you would like to sleep with her. It would be an honor. Speed, you're so real for that. But would it really be alright for you to accept such an invitation? It must be a gross breach of protocol, surely, for a lowly domestic such as yourself to share a bed with a princess. You sit upon the princess's bedside, fretting, while she observes with wide, beseeching eyes. She is waiting. Well, what's the matter, dear one? Why do you tarry so? Could it be... The princess's lower lip begins to tremble. Don't you want to lie with me after all? The sorrow present in the princess's voice and in her face makes you feel awfully guilty. Hurriedly, you console her. You tell her in no uncertain terms that if she truly wishes to partake in your company, then you have no qualms with it. Why would you? Well then, don't just stand there dilly-dallying, silly. Come and join me. Silly! 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 Not after the speed allegations! Silly! You're so silly! Oh, silly! I need to be sedated. Ah! Silly! Silly! Not I'm unwell. Hydrate, help! God damn it. We got 2 hours and 26 minutes in before my fucking Christ. First hydrate redeem. Let's fucking go. Insane. That's the sedation. This is the torture, you mean? Ew. Water. Disgusting. Come and join me. Come. And that is what you do, after returning briefly to your own chamber to change into your nightgown. Once dressed, you waste no time in returning to your impetuous princess's side. She is already lying in her glorious four-poster bed, awaiting your return as though you are a knight-errant gone away to slay some wicked dragon. Night mention! The princess giggles when she sees you. In your haste to change, you have made a hash of the buttons, and she bids you to come closer. Let me fix that for you, silly. Oh, no, he say. I couldn't possibly let you do that. I am but a servant after all. Should it not be your job to dress her? Maybe so, the princess says, but I don't mind a bit of role reversal. It makes things more fun. You try a few more refutations, but in vain. The princess summarily discards all of them. Quite at the princess's mercy, she might be even more stubborn than you are. You capitulate to her demands. You let the princess unbutton the front of your nightdress, then rebutton them, so the fabric of your plain gown is drawn shut. Satisfied with her handiwork, she has very elegant hands. The princess draws back and pats the mattress beside her. Now, come in. It must be horribly cold out there. But these sheets are warm. Coyly, the princess smiles. And so am I. You feel warm yourself as you slide into the bed beside the princess. Your face is as red as the gown the princess so often wears, as red as the roses in the castle grounds. Yeah, this is written by a woman of women. All the while, your heart is fluttering. Does the princess know what an effect she is having on you? Surely she must. How could any woman be so blind? There, the princess exclaims once your body is lying beside hers. That is much better. Do you feel cozy now, dear one? You swallow and, with a shaking voice, you reassure her. Yes, you are cozy. You are quite cozy indeed. Very good. The storm might be raging outdoors, but it can't get us here. I know when I'm with you, I'll be safe. It's strange, but... The princess reaches out, then takes your hand in hers, twining your fingers together like a chain. When I'm with you, I feel so very light. It's as though nothing in the world can hurt me. You make me feel safe, so I want to make you feel safe too. I'll take very, very good care of you. I promise. You return her smile with one of your own, touched by her thoughtfulness, though something about her promise does make you wonder. Should it not be your job to look after her as a domestic? In a way, the princess replies after a pause, but you've been taking good care of me already. Now, I need to return the favor. As a princess, I'm supposed to look after my vassals. It's all part of the job description. You were unaware of being a princess came with a job description. You thought the profession came with far fewer written responsibilities and far fewer forms to sign than, say, becoming a doctor or an astrophysicist. Or a mathematics professor. I can't read. You tell the princess this sleepily, and she laughs. You do say some funny things, dear one. I think you must be tired. Rest your head. You have been working so hard. I think you deserve it. Yes, you think, only half-conscious. You think you deserve it too. You have been working hard for a long time. You have been running for even longer.
But now, at long last, you feel like you can let your fears go. Your eyelids begin to droop, your body beleaguered by a sudden, all-consuming fatigue. And in a quiet, understated sort of way, your consciousness is conveyed to Morpheus's kingdom. Your sleep is a deep one, despite the storm which rages outdoors. The wind is howling like a couple of wild cats, both locked in a vicious and bloodthirsty bout to the death, but you do not hear it. Swaddled by the warm blankets about you, and soothed by the princess's presence, you are immune from all the ills of the world. When you are with the princess, you feel safe, secure, and, yes, you even feel loved. It is a pity, then, that these feelings do not last for very long. You know that something is wrong, catastrophe so, by the moment you open your eyes. Your thoughts are hopelessly jumbled, but you are certain that when you fell asleep, it was in a bed, a nice, warm bed, no less, beneath soft, comfortable sheets. You are not lying in a bed right now, though. You are not, in fact, lying at all. Huh? You are standing instead against a cold, hard wall made of stone. The curve of your back is pressed against the wall so intimately you can feel its icy chill seeping through the fabric of your nightgown. Your feet, which are bare, are similarly pressed against cold, unfeeling stone. They feel so frigid you cannot help but tremble. You are trembling so much you can feel your teeth chattering together. They sound like castanets. The sound is almost jaunty as it echoes through your cell, for that is indeed where you are. The princess's bedchamber wherein you fell asleep is a thing now of the past. You are standing, instead, you realize with a sharp start, in the cell of some great underground dungeon. You swallow. And when you do, you can taste something bitter on your tongue. Your stomach is beginning to churn with anxiety. You feel like you are going to be sick, a feeling which wells up inside you to a staggering degree, and then you catch notice of the stench. You are not, you realize, the only one in the dungeon. There are others here. Others attired in a simple black and white outfit are servants which look much like the dress that you once wore. The others who are with you, however, in this expansive cell, manacled to the walls, are in no fit state to speak to you, nor to tell you of their plights. They are all unfeeling, unseeing, unbreathing. They are all dead. You cannot approach these servants to check their pulses, for you yourself are restrained, but even if you could, there would be no point. There is no way any human could survive the wounds which have been inflicted upon these sad, slumped bodies. Over there, you see a woman slumped, the front of her once white apron stained with blackish blood. There is a gaping wound in her stomach, one through which her entrails have half escaped, in some sort of burgundy goop, which once might have been pale pink. There is another woman slumped beside the first of a smaller stature. She is skinnier. Maybe she is not a woman after all, but an adolescent like yourself. She might even be younger. The girl's age or lack of did not preclude her attacker from inflicting upon her horrors. Alas, for her body is even more mutilated than the last. Her body is peppered with even more wheals, and her face has been half smashed in. Only one eye remains, staring fixedly at the wall opposite her, in the ruined remains of what was once her skull. Over there, you see a woman who is missing both her arms and her lower jaw. Over there, you see another who is missing... Oh my fucking god! What is happening? Where have her legs gone? You have no idea. The injuries inflicted upon these bodies are ghastly, but their advanced decay is enough to turn your stomach. You know not how long these carcasses have been laying down here, but they have begun to putrefy. Oh my god, the music is making me anxious! Ah! You fear a similar fate might befall you should you stay here. You need to escape. Fitfully. The sound effects are stressing me out. You struggle against the manacles which bind you, but alas, it is no use. You cannot free yourself from the walls. Not to be insane, but this I'm certain would have occupied my entire head rent-free when I was first getting- oh my god. Bro, I'm dying. I'm so stressed. I can't do horror, even this is freaking me out. Ah! Your restraints are much too strong and you are much too weak. Panic rises up in your throat, cold and icy. While terror seizes your heart, this too glacial. It is obvious that escape is impossible. But still you squirm and writhe like a rat caught in a firestorm. Me mention. Says also somehow mermaid core help! There is little point, however, to your struggles. You succeed in nothing as you attempt to free yourself, save making the steel manacles dig into your abused wrists more sharply than ever. You gasp. That hurts. Well, you ought to have known that would not work. The very definition of sanity is, you know, performing a set action over and over again, hoping for a different response. In that sense, perhaps, one could argue optimism is not very different from insanity. Now, that is an interesting point to consider, would you not agree? No. Evidently not. You're still trying to escape, you foolish girl, as if that will do you any good. The clangorous rattling of your steely restraints is rather starting to get on my nerves. You are making enough noise to raise the dead down there in your dark, dingy cell, and all your screaming is hardly helping matters. I wish that you would cease this infernal racket, but I know you will not. Nothing I say could ever get through to you. Not that you have ever listened to me in the first place. Perhaps you would listen to her, though. Is she not your kind, considerate mistress? Look, now, she has come all this way into the dark depths of the castle's cold, inhospitable dungeon to see you. Is that not kind of her? Oh, dear one, the princess trills, entering the dungeon with a series of light, lilting steps. It would seem you have finally awoken. How are you? Based on all that infernal racket you must be making, it would seem like you have no shortage of energy. Balefully, you turn your head as to meet the eyes of the princess. She is standing but a few paces away, beneath the roughly hewn stone arch which bids one entry, but rarely ever an exit, to the dungeons. The dungeons are dull and drab, but the princess is wearing her favorite red dress. It is so bright and brilliant that for a few moments it hurts you to look at her. Once, the red of the princess's outfit made you think of romance. Now, it makes you think of violence. You must have forgiven me for leaving you down here for so long. That was unfair of me. I did think of waiting here with you by your side until you awoke, but... Once again the princess giggles, a light, airy giggle which does not at all suit the situation in which you have found yourself. A dungeon is not a fit place, after all, for a princess. It is horribly cold here and so very drab. There is nowhere nice and soft to lay my head. I could have brought my pillows down from my bed, I suppose, and my blankets. But then they would have gotten dirty, and that would be a disaster. I need to be more careful. I won't have anybody left to clean up after my messes soon. Not when I've dispatched of you. Once again the princess laughs. Her laughter is light and lilting like the chiming of a silvery bell, but it does little to alleviate your concern. If anything, it makes you feel even more alarmed. Did she say she meant to dispatch of you? Yeah, that's right. Could you not tell? I thought you might have figured that out already after waking up in a dungeon, silly. Still smiling. I'm going to write a soft fluffy night, Princess Pick, please. For my sanity, please. Still smiling, the princess takes another step towards you. Would that you could. You would cringe away from her, but you cannot. You are completely powerless. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, that framing. Oh god, oh no, oh no. If you just kind of like get rid of the skeletons in the background and just have it to just them, that paints a very different picture. If you get rid of the skeletons, if you just, you know, get rid of them, that's a very different picture right there. Just pretend they're not there.
If the skeletons aren't there, it's fine, right?
The princess reaches out and places a hand upon your cheek. Her skin is very white, and though her touch is cool, it is less so than the frigid air in the dungeon. Though your body is aching, the princess's touch is gentle, and you find yourself leaning into it subconsciously.
Scony! Oh my fucking god. Damn, what's the safe word, silly? Ah! Okay.
You wish she would keep holding you. You wish she would keep touching you. You luxuriate in her kindness as best you can. But though the princess's caresses are tender, your circumstances rather undermine them. How can you relax like this?
Oh! Oh my god.
Ah, you're such a good girl, the princess says in a cajoling sort of voice as one might address a cat. You've been so lovely to me while we've been together. I really couldn't ask for a better servant. I feel as though I've been spoiled. Why then, you ask her, is she doing this? Improbable though it sounds, she must be the one who chained you up. There's nobody else in the castle who could have committed such a feat. Everybody else is dead. Why yes, how very astute of you. I was the one who orchestrated all of this naturally. Naturally, she says, as though her betrayal is a matter of course. Naturally.
My screaming covered up you reading that. I don't think I would have handled that with doing so. I didn't think I could handle it.
Why, you ask, is this so natural to her? Does she mean to do with you? Oh, only what I've done to all my other servants. I have experience with this sort of thing, so please, don't worry. I'll take good care of you. And by take good care of, she means... Naturally. I'll kill you. There it is again, that word, which seems grossly inappropriate given all of which has transpired. Naturally. There is nothing natural about this. Do you not think so? The princess examines you, her expression ponderous. It's natural to me, even if it isn't natural to other people. This just feels right. Imprisoning her servants in the dungeon and letting them die? Yes, exactly. There is a bit more to do it than that, though. Oh, of course there is. I like you, dear one, the princess says in a voice which sounds uncommonly serious. You have been good to me, like I said, and kind. For that, I will be eternally appreciative. You have been so good to me, in fact, that simply being with you is not enough. Not anymore. Your company can no longer content me.